Final Verdict TV. Court is now in session.
Elijah Johnson? Mr. Johnson, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. Are you high right now?
I got tight eyes too. I ain't high out. I wrote the book down.
Mr. Johnson, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 15th, 2024, officers were dispatched in Harris County, Texas. The complaining witness was downtown in Houston to celebrate her birthday that late evening and had consumed a moderate amount of alcohol while out. The complaining witness stumbled and caused an item in the bathroom to fall. The defendant entered into the bathroom and became aggressive because he thought she had been throwing things around on purpose. The defendant grabbed her using both of his open palms and grabbed the base of her neck and began squeezing it to the point she was unable to breathe and caused her pain. The complainant stated that the defendant, then released his left hand from her neck and then used his right hand to press her head against the edge of the bathtub. The CW stated that
So the bathtub, you say?
on the edge of the bathtub, yes, Judge, that's what it says. The complainant stated that the defendant then struck her multiple times in the face with his left hand and caused her upper and lower lips to become swollen, bruised, cut open on the inside of both upper and lower lips, and caused additional pain. The complainant stated that the defendant also struck her in the right.
Okay, this just turned serious. What started as a heated moment spiraled into potential felony territory, especially with impeding breath. In Texas, that means up to 10 years behind bars. You ever wonder why choking cases are treated so severely? It's because it takes only seconds to cross the line from assault to homicide. Drop your thoughts below. Was this self-defense or a brutal attack?
Right eye with either an open or a closed fist, which caused her even more bruising, swelling, and redness to appear.
What's the relationship?
It doesn't appear that there was one, Judge.
The complaining witness and the defendant were in a dating relationship at the time. They're no longer in that dating relationship. I just spoke to her yesterday.
Were they in a dating relationship at the time?
Yes, Judge, at the time of the offense. When he was told yesterday.
The wrong charge, Judge, again. I don't know what to say.
Mr. Johnson, it's very possible that they indict this as a felony. I would be very, very careful because it could be very well is an impeding choking case where you'll be facing 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. As it stands, I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back. If you fail to take the drug test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it high. Do you understand? No more PR bonds for any new charges, anything you pick up, any violation of conditions that you may do. You're not going to get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
You can feel the no-nonsense energy from this judge, zero tolerance. This isn't a slap on the wrist courtroom. This is protect the city at all costs. And notice the PR bond revocation warning? That's huge. Once revoked, it's hard to claw your way back. What would you do if you were the judge in this situation?
And I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. So I'm going to have you sign a reset and we're going to send you for a drug test and we'll see you back in 30 minutes. That way.
Page 18, Mayfield, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Paez Gonzalez. Mr. Paez Gonzalez, you're charged with an indecent exposure with a previous conviction. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Officers were dispatched to an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas. The complaining witness stated that he observed the defendant naked in the apartment pool and asked him to leave. The complaining witness stated he later observed the defendant naked while sitting on a patio bench while masturbating. When officers arrived on scene, the defendant continued masturbating while in the officer's presence.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, Mr. Baez Gonzalez. If I test you for drugs and alcohol, what are you going to test positive for? I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, you're going to test positive for. You're to come right back. If you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it high. Do you understand? Hey, Vic.
Yes.
I'm sending him for a drug test.
Okay.
And then when he comes back, we'll appoint him someone. But you are to come right back after your drug test. Do you understand? Okay, head on over that way.
Right this way.
We still need to do a whole host of conditions after the fact, but we'll do it after the drug test. This is his 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth. I would be remiss to think that. Come on up. Yes, of course. Hi. Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking.
Thanks for coming.
I just wanted to take my son to work day and introduce him to.
How are you? How old are you? Great. Have you ever been to court before? What do you think? It's a lot of fun. You know why? Because we work hard, but at the same time, we eat a bunch of candy. Do you like candy? Do you want some? Oh, I have so much candy that I can help you with. This is one of my favorites. So I have that too. How about this? Do you like Sour Patch Kids? That's a hype too. This is the best part of the job. You work hard, you study hard, you can do whatever you want to make it. That's all I know is you can't. That's what it's about. Eat candy all day and have fun. I hope you have fun, and you're welcome to come hang out with us anytime, perhaps later, when that's all done, we can show you the jail. Look at the jail. Yeah. Yeah, it'll take a while, but yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Good morning, Mr. Balance. So your lawyers are bringing you, or your lawyer is bringing you out here because she's asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. My main concern are two. Number one, are you a danger to our public? Number two, if you are not a danger, are you going to go back? Both of those are evidenced by how you look on paper, what kind of criminal history you have. When is the last time you've gotten in trouble? If so, we'll go into that now and determine all these questions.
At this time, the state's asking for no bond. It doesn't have any criminal history, but we are concerned about the facts surrounding this charge. I
Okay.
wanted out of Polk County, Florida, and I do have the probable cause on this one.
Okay, shh.
On or about October 7th, 2024, the defendant made two separate calls to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. In their first call, defendant alleged that he had dispatched or killed a police officer, and he asked to take the officer's vehicle to return it to the sheriff's office. After refusing to provide more info to the call taker, defendant then stated he would dump the car in a canal. During his second call to the sheriff's office, defendant questioned how often the sheriff's office calls to check on their officers, and how long it would take for them to know that one guy had not called in and was in a problem. The defendant stated that his line of questions was for him. Sheriff office conducted a countrywide well-being check on deputies and officers and found none to be harmed. Under these exigent circumstances, the defendant was then traced back by ID and phone carrier as well as caller ID. The FBI had previously ID'd defendant in January of 2024 as having made several threats about killing law enforcement officers on YouTube video, which I have those statements if you want to hear them. But defendant had also made several calls to other jurisdictions, including Kentucky and Tampa, that he had drowned or killed.
Whoa. Stop right there. Asterisk fake murder reports across states? FBI already watching, asterisk this isn't a prank, this is federal level chaos. We're seeing YouTube threats, cross-state calls, and manipulation of emergency resources. Should this be treated as mental health crisis or domestic terrorism? You decide.
So we are concerned about the danger.
So he's made similar calls in other states as well? Was he living in those states? Just calls from Florida?
So he called Kentucky. He also called Tampa. The YouTube comments he left in January 2024 did ask suggestions of what state to shoot a cop in. We're concerned about the facts around it.
When did this happen? So is it a 2B? Was he charged and then fled?
So the offense happened earlier this month on October 7th. It was issued.
Wow, that's 4 days ago.
Issued October 8th.
Was he here? Was he over there? It just randomly called a different county in Florida? Just
The address they have for him is in Florida.
say it again?
The address that they have for him is in Delray Beach, Florida. I can also call Dave if you need him, but
Being what's going on in Florida now, how long is it going to even take to get them over here to get him?
I mean, we said it came out for 14 days, so it'd be 2 weeks.
I know that you're setting him out for 2 weeks, but are they going to have the manpower to even come get him at that time? You know, I think that there's a lot of other priorities. I mean, there's still millions of people without power. Right. And that adds it. So I'm going to presume that they're not going to get him in 14 days. They're going to want an extension at their minimum. So I don't know, Sonia. It's just.
Bond has been set on one of the two charges. The charge they're not going to set a bond until he actually makes the first appearance.
What was the bond set at? Do you know?
5,000 on one case, and the other case is 0 bond.
Yeah, no bond until he has his first appearance on the.
Are they? They're both felonies, I would presume.
Yes, a felony 2 in the public. Jay says the sheriff's office is open and should let us know within a day or two if they can.
What do you do with yourself these days, Mr. Roy?
I work for a company that hosts events. I'm a facilitator trainer. I train automotive salespeople on new products for different companies. I travel, they travel me. We set up a big event, like for Toyota, for instance. They bring out all the regional salespeople, and then we make presentations presenting the new products, have them drive the cars. May I add something or
Sure.
I did live in Florida. I know I had a bad night with all this stuff. I got divorced about a year ago before I moved up here. This was
Don't talk about the cases.
okay. I understand. They informed me, but I'm not a danger. I don't have a record. I don't have any ill will, or whatever happened was a one-off. I understand. I did acquire counsel so that I can resolve this issue. I have no intention of harming. I've asked for extensions for work and everything so that I can go down and take care of this. I will get myself down, even if it means waiting a little bit or dealing with the problems with the hurricane. I can.
Do you have any weapons?
No, nothing. One bedroom apartment. Yeah.
Is there any way to search if someone has a weapon, a registered weapon, somehow through a database? You know, when you buy a weapon,
I know it goes to the ATF, but there is not.
Is there a way?
There's an ATF report you can draft it, but it takes a while to get back to us. It's not like an instant thing like LCI, TCI.
You know, I want to make sure that he doesn't have any weapons.
He also has conditions requested by law enforcement officers not to have that.
I know that, but I want to know, does he have any weapons at his disposal? If we let him out, he's going to go harm someone. I mean, it scares me. How long do you think we can know whether he has any registered weapons or not?
Sometimes it takes weeks, Judge. It depends on the investigator, who they know at ATF that can draft a report. It's really, there's no time frame.
Dave says that he can look up the firearm if you give him a second. He also says it's not a one-off and that FBI had him in January 2024.
Say it again?
He also says that it's not a one-off since the FBI had him in January of 2024 earlier for the YouTube comments. And Polk County had the call just earlier this month.
So it's 3 different places.
Well, he wanted to hear from Polk County on this one. He did have that earlier event in January 2024 for FBI.
I mean, it's scary that, you know, the good thing is that they'll be here within 2 weeks to get you. Mr. Roy, you got to understand that this really scares me. I mean, this is not a one-off. You're making YouTube comments. Now you're making actual phone calls that allegedly that you're, you know, killed an officer.
If I made a comment on a YouTuber was something, I understand, something I saw that made me angry possibly, but not having to do. I understand.
Don't. It's, if it was a one-off perhaps, but over and over. And so let me think about it. And I want to know if you have any registered weapons first off, and then, you know, well, I'll get back to you. Okay. All right. Thanks. Oh, Kennedy, that's right.
Yeah. We learned, I was talking with the clerk that it was said as like a 2B. But
yeah, I got it as a 2B.
But it doesn't show up on the clerk's website at all from a public perspective. So like the only reason we knew it existed is because we came in off docket the original case. And like, I still can't pull it up now unless I go through the portal.
Is that something that they normally can see? I don't think that you can normally see 2Bs.
Because like felony 2Bs, I can usually see. Misdemeanors, I guess we just don't get them too often where.
So weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you see 2Bs on the clerk's website?
Well, we have more access than they do.
If I were to just like go look on anyone in the public, can they see the 2Bs for misdemeanors?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see any of the filings in the case or anything like that, which is just, I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, I'm glad that you find out.
Yeah.
I would have reached out to you regardless to let you know about the bond violation. So.
So I know with Mr. Kennedy today, he set on the assault case. There's obviously this BPO that exists. I have spoken with the state. My intention, of course, is to ask that I am able to walk him through on the VPO. I know the state will read off their summary, of course, but summarization from our perspective is this case happened. We walked him through on Friday. You said no contact.
You did a walkthrough the first time, right?
Correct. That was on Friday. It had been out for like 2 months and we didn't know about it. With the whole 2B thing, I was able to see that one, but not this one, So they've been separated for a while. They live at 2 different houses and have lived at 2 different houses. After this, his wife wanted to tow a car that was at his house, which is under both of their names. So she reached out to the constables. The constables drove over with her in order to try and get this done. The constable met Mr. Kennedy. He didn't want to speak to the police. Obviously, having a case going on, I get it. And so told them that they needed to leave. They checked back with her and they said, have you guys spoke? And they're like, well, he called me the other day, which was Saturday. And the cop looked at the call log and that was it. 2B gets issued. To my knowledge, based off of what I've read on the...
Did we do no contact or did we do no threatening and harassing? I don't remember.
So Manny was here for that one. I want to say it was no contact.
It's no contact, Judge.
It was whenever I had initially spoken to him before he had come, I was under the impression it would be a MOA based off of kind of how we felt everything was going to go out. But I think it went to a full no contact in court. But from what
I always ask, what the complaining witness wants. And I always want to honor what their wishes are. So if they don't want to have contact, then I'm going to do the no contact.
Yeah, and we've certainly gotten conflicting messages from how we thought it would play, let's just say.
Looking from him?
No, from the complaining witness about her wanting to proceed.
So you've been in contact with her?
So when we made contact, we go like, nope, don't want anything to do with it. Then we came into court and it was...
Just telling them something different.
Right. So when the officer looked at the call log, all I know is that he looked at a call log. And that's it. Doesn't necessarily mean that they looked at the number.
I remember reading something that he's in the middle of the street.
Yes, Judge. Yeah, an officer gets a report that he towed the complaining witness's vehicle. He goes to his address to search for the vehicle. He doesn't see the vehicle.
1 second. A vehicle gets towed from whose house?
The complaining witness was staying with her sister. She calls officers and says that he owns a tow truck business and thinks that he towed her car. So the officer goes to his house to see if the towed car is there. He drives past once. He's standing out in the yard. He drives back.
And we're talking about he's in his house now.
Yes, he's at his house. The officer drives past his house. He's in front of his own house in the yard. Officer comes back down the street and he's standing in the front of the road and starts yelling at the officer.
And at least from our perspective, he owns a body shop, not a company. And the officer had come down the street and had said, oh, Mr. Kennedy, and he came out to the street set. And that's when essentially there was some yelling.
So the only reason for PC is the alleged phone log.
Yes, Judge.
How do you know he did it?
The complaining witness showed the officer the call log, which showed...
Right, but it's a call log, right? Did she actually speak to him? Did she say she spoke to him? How do we know it wasn't his brother that made the phone call?
And also to add to that, Your Honor, I can always change my wife's phone number to say Domino's
Right.
Pizza.
There's so many phones that can spoof, there's so many vindictive people in this world. It's unreal. So, if she tells the officer, yeah, he called me, I spoke to him, and it was in violation of the no contact order, then yeah, there's probable cause. But if we have just a phone call and we don't know, just a log and nothing else.
Allow me to read directly from the DIMS, Your Honor.
Sure, of course.
The complainant advised that the defendant had called her at approximately 1:30 hours to ask her to call the district attorney's office to drop the assault charges. He also called to tell her that he did not.
Okay, that's what. Now I'm that's clicking in. So he calls her, saying, "Hey, man, drop these charges."
Yes, Judge.
What was the date of that?
The date was.
At all the conditions on 10-4, by the way.
I don't see another date alleged besides the October 5th date, Judge. So
This is the phone call with the log, right?
Yes, Judge. And then she showed the officer the log as corroborating evidence.
See.
Your Honor, strictly if I have an individual who is certainly mad that she wants access to a vehicle so much that she's had a constable come out, I would put that past somebody who could change somebody's name in their phone to make it look like they called.
If we had just a phone call log,
right,
I was going to find no PC.
Right.
But if she is saying in the sworn statement that he made a phone call to her the day after he had court, telling her to drop the charges, that's a violation. And remember, this is only probable cause. So by
Yes,
no
Your Honor.
means does it mean there's beyond a reasonable doubt.
And I understand with that. And at least in the alternative, I'd ask that, a bond be set so that I can have a bondsman
I'm going
come
to
up
set him a
here.
bond, but I'm not giving him 2 walkthroughs. I gave him a free walkthrough once. The day after he allegedly makes a phone call trying to obstruct. No, I'm not. It's not going to happen again. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm putting conditions on this bond now. And I'm going to tell you now, the Texas Constitution does not allow me, but in extremely limited circumstances, to have a hearing to hold someone at no bond. 0 bond. This is one of those occasions where I'm going to put conditions on your violation of protective order. You violate conditions. I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of this county. Do you understand, Mr. Kennedy? I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care if Mother Teresa tells you to make a phone call. You violate conditions. We will have a very, very disturbing hearing. Now, I will not put an ankle monitor on at this point because all we have is a phone call, right? If we had something more overt, like he's going over there or doing something like that, then I would take further action like ankle monitors, curfews, and the like. I'm not going to do that at this point, Mr. Kennedy, but I'm going to tell you, any more issues, it's going to go really sideways real quick. Do you understand? Okay. Bond recommendation.
Did you catch that? Mother Teresa tells you to call, you still don't. That's how seriously this judge takes protective orders. Bond violations aren't just mistakes, they're opportunities to escalate. And now, the courtroom. Means business. You think this guy learned his lesson, or is this a ticking time bomb?
I believe a $10,000 surety bond, Your Honor, will be sufficient based off the fact that a single day after he received conditions to not contact the complaining witness in an assault family member case, he did so in an attempt to get her to drop charges and obstruct justice.
Your Honor, I believe that used to be the bail schedule for a second-degree felony. I would ask that bond be set at $1,000, given the nature that this is simply a phone call. Mr. Kennedy and I will, of course, be in very tight communication about him staying in line with his bond conditions. I will personally make sure that I check in with him weekly to make sure that he is not making contact. But I think setting an oppressive bond in an instance like this would be inappropriate, as he's still accused.
Split the puppy.
Okay.
I'd do it at 5.
Thank you, Judge.
So, but you got to understand, I am now also going to revoke your bond on the assault case, and I'm also going to make that 5,000 as well. So now both will be at 5,001. You now know what's expected of you. We don't mean business. I'm going to take you into custody now so that you know that we mean business. And the next time you do anything, we will have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Do you understand, Mr. Kennedy? So hopefully this is enough of a wake-up call for you to realize that we mean business. So do you mind filing conditions on the VPO so that way if he files,
Yes, Judge.
say no contact, no weapons, anything else?
No contact, no weapons. I believe the MOAB, would you like them to mirror the MOAB so there's also the residency restriction? I know that complaining witness is currently staying with her sister.
Does she want the residency restriction?
I'll ask her before I put it on.
Ask. And if she does, then I will, because I'm going to do what she wants. But if she's okay with not, then
You get a sister's residence you'd be asking for.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, guys. So we're going to take him in now. Well, I'm going to set the bond now. So I'm sure you have a bonding company now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll make it within the next 5 to 8 hours anyway. So it's not like he's going to be there forever. But just please impress on him that next time it's okay.
Okay.
So don't send him down though, please, guys. Guys, thanks.
Oh, may we otherwise be excused?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do a new MOAB on
VPO? Okay.
APO.
Okay.
We have to do a raisins first.
We're going backwards. Jesse Garcia. Ms. Garcia, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On October 6th of 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance. The complaining witness and the defendant, who were in a former dating relationship, had a verbal argument over the defendant cheating on the complaining witness. The complaining witness then walked into his room and the defendant followed him, slapping him with open palms on the back of his head, causing pain. The defendant stated she was going to destroy the residence and knocked over a TV, so the complaining witness wrapped his arms around the defendant. The defendant then grabbed a picture frame and swung it back at the complaining witness's head multiple times, causing pain. The officer observed the complaining witness to have his left eye bruised, swollen, and had blood vessels popped with marks on the top left corner of his forehead. There is no prior criminal history on the part of the defendant, Judge.
You know if he wants to have contact with her or no?
I can look.
Ms. Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case.
It looks like we haven't made contact yet, Judge, so I
Okay.
can't be sure on that.
Until I know, I'm going to order no contact with this person. You're not to have any contact with this person. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. A protective order was issued in this case. I suggest you get to know it because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. And those are about the worst misdemeanor charges you can pick up. What do you do? How old are you, ma'am?
28.
For a living?
I'm a Spanish interpreter.
Okay. And what kind of money do you make a month?
About 900 a month,
That's it?
maybe.
Do you live with someone or,
I did live with my boyfriend.
okay, where are you gonna go now? Because you're not allowed to have any contact with this person.
I can go to my sister's house.
Yeah, you're not to have contact with this person. You're not supposed to go within 200 feet of, 7 Boynton Drive. If you violate this court state, they're gonna file additional charges. I'd be very careful.
Yes, sir.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I already have an application, guys, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have you go to Victoria Center, reset. I'll have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions ready. Do not leave until you sign the bond conditions, and then I'll have you sign, or I'll have you talk to a lawyer today, okay?
Jones, Caleb, page 14.
Hey, Will, thanks for coming back.
Yes, sir.
You know, Mr. Paez Gonzalez, there are a lot of things that worry me about this case. Number one, this is the 4th indecent exposure you have. A 3rd is a state jail felony, and then you're looking at felony time, number one. Number two, when you have 2 indecent exposure convictions, you're supposed to register as a sex offender for 10 years. And if you don't, there are even more serious consequences. When you fail to register, that in and of itself is a 3rd-degree felony, and you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. So be careful, sir. You could be really looking at further charges if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You need to inquire into this. I'm going to give you a lawyer today. These are things that you need to ask your lawyer to straighten these out, because if not, you could be facing potentially more charges. Do you understand? Now, what do you do with yourself these days? Where do you live? Where is that? I can't hear you. Speak louder.
Wherever I do general services and general cleaning.
That moment right there? It's the softest warning you'll ever get with the harshest consequences underneath. The judge knows this case has layers: mental health, repeat offenses, community safety. And when she says, no playgrounds, no kids, it's not just legalese. It's about protecting society before a tragedy happens. Do you think judges should take mental health into account more, or is public safety always first?
Do you live in an apartment?
That help me.
Who are these people? Well, he was allegedly here masturbating in a pool. Am I right? Was it a pool?
That's correct, Judge.
An apartment complex?
Yes, Judge.
Which apartment complex is this? Do you have the name?
It looks like Cedar Mills Apartments on
Is that where you
7200 Clearwood.
No.
Okay, you're not allowed to go back to the apartment.
Okay.
If I find that you go back, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You're not to pick up any new cases as well. And I don't want you to go anywhere where young children congregate. I don't want you to go to any places where there are young children. If I find that you do, likewise, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds if you don't follow these conditions. I'm very happy that you tested negative. That makes me really happy. So good job on that. Okay. But let me ask you this. Are you supposed to be taking any medication as well?
Every day at 4.
Okay. You said you take an antiviral?
Yes.
Do you take any other medication, like any psychotropic that a doctor's prescribed to you?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to continue to take it. When you take the medicine that's prescribed to you, good things happen. A lot of people say, "Oh, I feel great. You know, I don't need this medication anymore." And then they stop taking it and then bad things start happening. We don't want that to happen. So continue to take the medication. Go back to the house that you live and don't get into any trouble. Do you have any questions? Do you have a cell phone? How is your lawyer going to be able to get a hold of you?
I have an email account.
How often do you check this email account? Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you write it down for me. Deputy, do you mind?
Yes, sir.
Deputy Young is going to get your email address. I'm going to give it to your lawyer. And then, I'm going to send that to Will, your lawyer,